Yeah. Coke fed for some head. Let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand. Girls rescue met the bar. Witness said. Tears fled the head. I'm weak, not dead. She tweet. I guess she confessed. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says best again. Spontaneous. I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve. It works. Skyline as a rise like fireworks.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your OKC Thunder post-game analysis show. And Thunder, nice win tonight, 126. What was the final score anyway? 126 to 117, I believe is what it was. But anyway, great win by the Thunder tonight. We needed to pick this up, and we did. And it's so funny is the other night I said that we had the lead 136-133 with a minute 40 seconds to go and the ball, and I didn't think we were going to win the game. And so tonight I looked at the same thing, and SGA was playing tonight, which I didn't really expect him to play, and I knew we had won the game. I know that sounds weird or whatever, but I knew immediately we had won the game because of the simple fact that he's our closer, and he's going to make the right plays and be able to close people out, whereas we have other guys who just don't have that ability at this particular point. Not to say that they won't ever get there, but at this particular point, they do not have that ability. So, but anyway, great win for the Thunder tonight. I was excited about that part. There are still some things that really worry me about the team, that we all now, myself, Drew, and Nathan, all are paying attention to even more. And I've got other people that I've talked to who are now paying attention to that more. And it's becoming more and more obvious, and I think it's simply because they've allowed number 7 they've either told him or he believes he is the man because of the things that they have done as far as promotion and things like that. So, that being said, we're joined by my guy, Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's up, my brother?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, I can barely hear you.
Okay, how's that?
Okay, there you go. That's much better. I don't know what you were doing, but I really couldn't hear what you were saying, but I can now. So, anyways, good win for the Thunder tonight. What is your takeaways?
Well, I guess I ate my words, but I could see the same as anything SGA was playing. So, I don't know, man. We talked on the phone a little bit before the show, and we'll get into that later. But, a good win. But, I don't know. He did bring SGA in with 8 minutes, but you pointed out that, the timeout before that,
there was a timeout. We were up 20 or 17 when he didn't put him in the game. And that was, let me see, do I have that on my notes?
45 to go, something like that.
It was 101-88 with 8:29. And he didn't put SGA in the game until 7:51. 101-90.
Which, most people honestly would look at us and listen to us and say, well, that's splitting hairs. But
no, it's not.
That's not.
It's no, because when you see the flow of the game, if you'd have put him in, like you said, 8:40 to go when he called the timeout, or 8:29. Which is
where you should. That's a natural progression or natural situation. Also joined by our guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, bro?
Oh, man, just looking at some stats from different games tonight. Just to chime in on that a little bit. 101-88, 13 points in the NBA is not a safe.
Not a lot, and that's why he brought him back in really quickly.
Especially not with the way the Thunder play with their up tempo. It's not safe.
Yep. And then also, guys, if you have any questions, just go ahead and you can text us at 405-551-8300. That's 405-551-8300, because if you put it on Facebook, I can't see it. I won't see it until the show is over with. So that's the text. If you text us, the question will pop up. 405-551-8300. If you have a question for me, Nathan, or Drew, you can do that. So please, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead, Drew. Finish your thought.
No, I was with you. I thought they waited too long to put him in, another 2 minutes too late, and it got back close again.
Yep.
And it took them 2 or 3 minutes. The game got back
going.
Get back to 5 or 6.
But
right
you
there
know,
in the fourth quarter, they got it down to 6, I think, right?
yeah, they did. But the whole thing is the group that matters.
And then SGA took over, and it went back to 11, and it
Yeah,
was over.
he went boom, 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 real quick on points in
Yep.
transition.
That little leaner he's got going to the hole with his
Yep.
right hand kind of leans in. He hit that 2 times in a row, and the game was over.
Yep, game was over. It put the game away where it needed to be. And if Isaiah Joe knocks down that 3 from the corner, that makes all the difference. But like I said, tonight the lineup that there's no question that you don't know the lineup that works, and that's SGA, Isaiah Joe, Dort, Wiggins, and J Will. Sorry, J Will. That lineup plays D, or you could put J Dub in there for Will or Kaysen. Actually, it was Kaysen. I take that back. It was SGA, Kaysen, Joe, Wiggins, and J Will. That group is long. They can play defense. They can score. They're in transition. And he just, and then just as soon as he gets a chance to put Chet back in the game, he does. It just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy.
And I'm with you again, Matt. That lineup you just discussed, and Nathan, you can chime in as well. But I think when they put that lineup in, they extend leads.
Yep.
I think, they extend and they put a lot more pressure on the other team's defense if they're in scramble mode and trying to get back into a game. It's tough to get back in with those guys coming at you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what?
100%. I love the lineup.
Yep, and you know what the thing is this, though, and we were talking, my guy Eric Lyons and I were talking tonight, and he was saying, he goes, Matt, the difference is this. With that lineup, they play great defense. But at the same time, they can also score, but the main part is they go through SGA. That group goes through him, and the rest of them come in there like Chet didn't pass it to him a couple times in the ball out of bounds. When that group and the ball's out of bounds, they give it to him every single time to bring the ball up the court. Chet, 2 times he could have passed it to him. He passed it to Dort 1 time and J-Dub the other time, and they both gave him SGA the ball right away. I'm like, but like I said, they've empowered him to do what he does. So what is your takeaway, Drew, for the game tonight?
Man, I thought it was a good win. I thought getting SGA back in the lineup kind of gave him a little boost to begin the game with. I didn't like the substitution patterns once again. I thought that they could have really extended and just put the game away early. I think they'd kind of let it get close there at the end. But you and I talked a little bit earlier. I think maybe SGA came back a little early just because he was starting to hear the rumblings.
Yep.
Kind of looked like it, and his body language all night just kind of reaffirmed it to me. But
yeah, it's obvious if you watch.
You move on.
Yep. My takeaways are simple. One, that it makes it more and more clear to me who your best players are in this first 6 games.
Yeah.
What the Thunder are trying to do as far as the team and what direction they're trying to go in. Because like you said, Drew or Nathan, whichever one y'all said, the coach is not doing anything without the management's approval or telling him what to do. He's doing exactly what they want him to do. And, when you look at the fact that of the 5 all-NBA teams, only the Thunder is the one whose SJ wasn't they're representing their team.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But like I said before, the only people in the NBA who don't realize who Oklahoma City's best player is Oklahoma City. You did it once with
they do recognize it. It's not the right people.
It's not the right guy they want, but it is what it is. And you made the same mistake. You made the same mistake by letting KD go to keep Russell. You made the same mistake. And to me, it's almost like he caught all kind of flack. And Nathan and I talked about this. He caught all kind of flack, Sam Presti, for drafting Chet. There was a lot of people extremely unhappy with that pick, no doubt. And now he's got to double down on it.
People extremely unhappy.
Yeah.
When he trades SGA for Chet.
Yeah, but in Oklahoma City, they won't care. Because they'll believe that he does. No, you got to understand. They believe whatever Sam does is great. That's what they believe. He's going to make it work.
If they want to be a big league team, and
I don't know if that.
If you don't want to keep SGA, then don't even vote for the bill on December 12th. Because it's still an NBA team. I get it, but do it the right way.
Well, my deal is this: if he goes, that's fine. I'm still going to go support the team because I want to watch other NBA players.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'll be there to watch, just like last year, the year before. I'm watching other NBA teams. I'm not trying to watch us. I'm just not.
I mean, just go ahead and sign us up for like the Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. And
That's exactly where we'll be. You have a team, you'll have support, but you're not going to win. So, anyway, end of the first quarter, guys. The Hawks down 28-29 because of substitution pattern and what he was doing. I'm like, this team was rolling, and then you bring in the starters with 1 minute 40, with 2 minutes to go or whatever it was. Let me see when he bring them in. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's 23-19 when he brings everybody in, brings the starters back. And I'm just going, okay, it ended up being 29-28. I'm like, okay, you're rolling. You got your boys in there, and you're bringing Chet back in the game. And then on top of that, this is the second game in a row that I've noticed. Josh, J-Dub, and Chet starts every quarter. Those three start every quarter. First, second, third, and fourth quarter start every quarter. And I was like, okay, the first time I'm like, yesterday, the other day, I'm like, okay, now you're trying to tell me that you're starting those three in every quarter to lead your team off the bench, to lead your team in the second and fourth quarters. That's what you're saying. And then you don't bring your best player in there till 5 or 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. And then last week, whenever we played, you brought Friday night? You brought J-Dub off the bench at 8 minutes and 47 seconds. You brought Dort in there 8 minutes and 15 seconds. As soon as there's a break, you brought him in the game. But yet tonight, he pulled Dort off the bench before SGA. And I'm
you think SGA was on a minutes restriction tonight?
No, he played like 38 minutes. 30.
No, I don't know. That's why I don't know. I'm just asking. Do you think that they had a set amount of minutes? Or did he play 38 minutes? I didn't see his minute total.
Drew.
Yeah, something like that.
It's become apparent to me he's doing it on
purpose. I
purpose.
agree. I'm just trying to give him some sort of benefit of the doubt.
I can't. The Hawks 3 for 10 from 3. Oklahoma City 5 for 8. 40% for the Hawks. 40.7. Oklahoma City 47.8 field goal percentage. 17 rebounds to 10. 16 pips to 12 pips. 3 and 3 for turnovers, and then the Hawks outscoring us 10-5 off the bench, which, he really didn't play the bench a whole lot that first quarter. Their bench played way more than ours. So that's kind of how I looked at that. But once again, once again, my thing is really simple. The keys to the game, guys. Good start, second and fourth quarter. Play good perimeter defense, which we played great perimeter defense tonight. And the coach is not going to play the correct lineup, so I don't even know why I keep saying that. And Josh Giddey is not playing aggressive. So,
he's out of it, dude.
But
Can't shoot.
This is my whole thing. You got what you want. You want Chet to be more of the focal point. That's what they want. That's what they want.
14. Good focal point.
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what they want. That's the thing. But at the end of the game, like Drew and I were talking about, the end of the game when Chet got his and one, dude, we got the rebound, just pass the ball back out and run the clock, run the shot clock.
Yeah. And if you look at the replay, you can see it when they show it from the baseline.
Yeah.
And SGA's got his hands up, telling him to kick the ball back out just to run the clock out.
Yes, run the clock out. But you know what Chet's trying to do? He's trying to pad his stats.
Takes it up, gets a bucket, and you can see SGA just puts his head down and just kind of gives it one of them one-arm, like, son of a bitch type deals. And then he goes back down the baseline and helps him up. But you can tell he was not happy about that at all.
Because Chet is trying to – listen, Chet is in a war to be Rookie of the Year with Wembanyama. That's his deal, okay?
Wow.
And the Thunder want him to be the Rookie of the Year. They're trying to promote him. And let's face it, you drafted him because you said that he's a generational talent, that he is a unicorn, which the same thing they said about Porzingis. And all I know is I only see one guy with crossing somebody over, jumping outside the lane and dunking with their left hand. I've only seen one guy do that, and it ain't either one of them. And Chet was just getting pushed around inside. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but, dude, he's just – it's going to take him a couple years, so I'm not going to beat him up about that because he's just going to get beat up inside. It is what it is. But I'm going to say a positive thing about Chet tonight. He went up to miss a shot, or he blocked the shot that got the rebound, and he went right back up and blocked it. the second time, or he missed the first one, but he did alter the shot, and he jumped right back up quickly, which is the first time I've seen him do that since I've seen him play. I've never seen him have the quick bounce to come right back. That's the first time I saw that. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, guys, to start the second quarter, you go with Josh, Chet, J-Dub, Wiggins, and Kaysen to start the second quarter. How do y'all like that five? Drew?
Say what it was one more time. Josh, J-Dub, Chet. Who was the other?
Jang and Kaysen. Jang, I don't know why he's playing.
I don't know about the Jang. I like the Kaysen getting in there with some run with some of the starters.
What'd you say you got, Drew? 25 minutes? Or was that you, Nathan, that told me that?
25 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes. 25 minutes. I loved it.
Yeah.
He's proven himself as a player. He picked Trey's pocket twice, which is not easy to do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he went up there and just slammed it home, man.
Yeah, it was nice. I like the kid. So, but anyway, SGA. I'm just sitting there looking, okay, and watching what the situation is. But there was a timeout, 36-30, with 7 minutes and 50 seconds in. 36-30, still not in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a timeout. How are you not in the game? It's a timeout. That's a perfect transition to put your best player on the court. And I just don't understand it.
No, he's just staying with system basketball, and it doesn't matter what the situation is.
He's playing his minutes. He's a minutes manager. He's got his time down on who he wants to play and how long he wants to play him and when.
Yep,
that's the plan.
It's almost like scripting the first 15 plays of a game as an NFL team, and you just stick with those plays. He obviously has a script to what he wants to do starting the quarter, and he sticks with it no matter what.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that with J-Dub, with SGA is not there, he puts them in the game when he should be putting SGA in. And last year when we were winning, Drew, he was putting SGA in with 8 minutes to go, 7 minutes to go. Then once we started winning, then all of a sudden it went back to 6 and 5 because we were winning and they were trying to lose. So now you're back to 6 and 5 minutes. That's where you're back to. But the question is SGA, do you say, you keep play along with it until they trade you, which they're going to have, because the way that we see what's going on, there's no way this team's going to last the way it is. You're going to have to either get rid of SGA or the coach or Chet. Chet ain't going nowhere, and I don't believe the coach is. I mean, the only way the coach goes somewhere is if we're 17 and 23 and we're too good to be that. I mean, SGA is too good. We got too many players. You're not going to lose that many games. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be 17 and 23.
Maybe that's what we should hope for. Maybe that's what we should hope for then, man.
All that means is that they'll trade SGA and go, hey, we're not playing up to where we should be, so we're gonna go get more draft picks.
Oh God,
that's what that is. We're doing for the future. We're building for the future, which is what Dagnall said this past summer, which is just frustrating to me. But once again, when you got SGA, J-Dub, Joe, Kaysen, and Dort in the game, all of a sudden you're rolling, okay? Because defensively, all of a sudden you're down. It was 38-36. You put these guys in there, and all of a sudden it's 48-40. And then with 2 minutes to 7, you put Chet and Josh in there. You end up being it's 48-40, and you end up being 58-50 at halftime. And so that's what your halftime score is. At that point, what were y'all thoughts for the first half? At that point, being up 8 points.
I think what we're trying to recap: played well, but rotations weren't good. Jang didn't need to play. And Trey had a stupid-ass foul right there at the end of that.
Yeah. Yeah, Dort made all 3 free throws, which is not that easy to do. It's not that easy. But when you look at the stats, Hawks 6 for 22 from 3. That means that we're playing really good perimeter defense. We were 8 for 17, which is good for us. 29% from the field, which they couldn't shoot the ball, but again, we weren't giving them a lot of wide open looks. 42% for us, 37 to 28 rebounds. Pips were up, points in the paint, we're up 24-20, only 5 turnovers. How many did we have the other night? 8? 9, or whatever it was at this particular point, 10. And then, of course, bench scoring 15 to 12. So, what were y'all taking? What was your takeaway, Drew? I heard yours, Nate. What was yours?
Well, I don't know. I felt like the first half they were just kind of going through the motions. I really didn't see a whole lot. I didn't really think there was a whole lot of energy in the game. But I was clicking back and forth between other games. But definitely there was a lot more energy in the second half than there was first half. So I think maybe that they weren't playing the right guys. Obviously, I mean, Dang doesn't need to be in the game. I think rotation problems were still scrambled. I still don't think he's got a feel of who he likes to play at the same time, and I think it shows at certain times for them.
But Drew, it's obvious as hell who needs to play together when you're trying to make a run. He puts the right group in there every time.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when he wants to make a run, he has SGA, Joe, Kaysen, J. Will, and or either Dort or J-Dub. One every time when he wants to go make a run. Or Wiggins, I'm sorry. You have Kaysen, Wiggins, SGA, J. Will, and it's either Dort or J-Dub with that group when you want to make a run.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as the game gets where it's a little run, he sticks Chet in the game for J. Will. I'm like, why are you taking J. Will out? Is he on a minutes restrict? I mean, why are you taking him out? Is he shining too big for you? I mean, I don't get that. I don't get it. Because I wasn't the only one who did that. I mean, I had people behind me going, why is he taking J. Will out? I just laughed. I was like, ask the coach. Huh?
Like, what are they trying to say? Are they trying to save money by hiding him on the bench and not having to pay him? Or?
Well, they don't have to pay him for 2 more years. Remember, next year, Well, next year you got to pay Josh. Okay, next year.
Yeah.
And then the year after that, you got to pay Chet, J. Will, and J-Dub the year after that. And Jane.
Yeah, they ain't paying him. Actually, they might if they trade SGA. I mean, he might get 35 minutes a game. I don't know. We'll see.
I just think that SGA, I just believe they're going to pick Chet and the coach and get rid of SGA and get more draft picks. That's what I think. Because this guy can't coach an all-star. And most fans aren't, it's just like you, Nathan, once the curtain gets pulled back, it's back. And anybody who listens to this show, they all say the same thing. Man, it's so obvious. I go, yeah, if you know what you're looking for. If you're not looking for it, then you don't know. Because the Thunder do not want you, they don't, as long as people aren't knowledgeable, they will never question what they're doing. Okay? If you're knowledgeable, the stuff that he gets away with in Oklahoma City, he could never get away with in San Antonio or Dallas or Houston or Philadelphia or New York or LA. He couldn't get away with that there. No way. He will get called out so fast on stuff he does. No way he could get away with it. No way. But what I said is, now, is he a genius with getting his picks and taking advantage of people in trades? 100% he is that. There's no question he does that all the time. But now at this point, what did you say, Drew? How many picks do you need? And then what you asked me, how many damn picks do you need?
Well, I mean, it just, to me, yeah, great. Having picks is great. And, you can build teams, but it takes a while to get good with new players. And it's like they're just always constantly rebuilding. So it's another rebuilding year. But then you get your good players in here and you let them leave, or you force them out, or you make bad decisions, and then you're just rebuilding again. Oh, we got 10 more picks. Yeah, but we're still sitting at 500 or 10 games below 500, struggling to make the playoffs. I mean, it's just it's like one rebuilding year after another,
yeah.
And eventually it just kind of wears on you.
Yeah, now what was your comment about, Nathan? Didn't you say something? What did you say about when is picks enough? What did you say about picks being 2 minutes? Or what did you say? Or how many did we have? Wasn't it 7?
Oh, I was just saying, yeah. So, 2000, I think it's 2026, 2025, 2026. We have 7 first-round picks in one draft.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, 7 second-round picks and 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, we have 7 second-round picks is what it was.
Is okay, so you got, 40 million picks. I mean, and I was telling Matt this earlier. What does 3 first-round picks in 2024 do for you? It's a down draft. So, I mean, there's no Wembanyama. There's no, Chet. There's no Porzingis. I don't know his white guys he likes. I don't know.
I just look at it. To me, it's what did you say about? To me, I just look at it and I think, okay, what your philosophy was worked. You got draft picks, you got some players, you're building. Now you have a squad. Okay, now you have a decent team that can compete. But you're still in. Let me add more. Go younger with more. I mean, I'm like, well, at what point are you going to say, let's go with what we go with? Let's go with what we have. When are you going to do that?
Yeah, no, I agree, and I kept telling myself it's going to be this draft year, but just because they got so many and they don't need anybody else.
Well, because Cooper Flag didn't come out until the year after next. So he's not until
2025 when he comes out.
Yeah, 2025 before he comes out.
Well, by that time, we might own the top 10. I mean,
Yeah.
So,
well, I'll tell you. Yeah. That's just a deal, man. So to start the third quarter, we're 58-50. You start our normal starters, and they were out hustling us early, and then SGA, for whatever reason, they're still not giving him calls. Which, that little bump on Trey going out of bounds with J-Dub, I'm like, you call that?
Yeah,
they're not giving him any calls. The coach is not fighting for him. So, and I think Drew and I talked.
The coach was fighting for Giddey tonight. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did that. What Giddey picked up was done for him. I mean, he's griping about a call, then we just got a call. And the referee's like, I just gave you a call. Why are you griping? And he just lit him up, And, of course, he was talking to him, but that's different than what Steve Kerr did. Steve Kerr was across the half court, man. Was he not, Drew? We were talking about that. He was across half court yelling at the referee, begging for a tech.
Mm-hmm.
Our coach never does that. I'm like, dude, go get a tech. Get your best player some sort of thing. I mean, please. Go get a tech for our guys. And he's not the guy, and he's exactly what the Thunder want. But anyway, so it's 79-68, and then all of a sudden with 5 minutes to go in the quarter, then all of a sudden he goes SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, J. Will, and Joe. And we go from 79-68 to 85-73 with that group right there. And then what does he do? Boom, timeout, here comes Chet. Here comes Joe. I'm like, okay, bro. And then we end up, which at that point it was 94-77. And then, of course, he calls the timeout at the end of the third quarter. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we got a shot out of it, but why are you calling a timeout when just give him the ball and let's go right in the middle of the game? Now you done set everything up. Yeah, we got lucky and got a basket, no question. But that was luck. You let the defense stand up, set up. I'm like, what are you doing? Now they got SGA, they can double team him. What are you doing? And all they did was use it for a decoy so they could give it to J-Dub. I'm telling you, his philosophy is, I want J-Dub to be the man. That's what their goal is. They want J-Dub to be SGA so they can get rid of him. I'm telling you, that's what I see. And he ain't him. Good player, he ain't him.
Uh-huh.
He ain't him. So third quarter stats, Hawks 77, Thunder 96. Hawks 11 for 34. Thunder 12 for 26 from 3. 48% for us, 33% from the field for them, 45 rebounds to 40, 30 pips to 38 for us, 13 turnovers, and now we have 10, which is pretty good. I don't mind that, still low. 25 and 25 now. Bench scoring is caught up simply because Isaiah Joe was knocking down shots. How do you guys feel about Isaiah Joe being able to knock down shots tonight?
Just a big shot out of the corner there.
He can knock down shots, man. He's the man. He's the guy we need. He can knock down shots. I mean, he does, and he does try hard on the defensive end. He tries playing some good defense. Now he's not a great defender, but he gives it a good shot.
Well, like Drew said, it's the group that he plays with. With that group, with SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, J. Will, and Joe,
it's going to afford him some wide open shots.
He can guard. He can guard the third guard that way. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, if he's not on the number one guy or the number two guy, he's pretty competitive.
Yeah, he is, which allows us to do so much more as a team with that group on the court. And I just love that group. It's my favorite, and I keep saying it's my favorite.
Joe was getting two spots because the ball was moving. You know, and he was getting to his spots uninterrupted. I
Yeah.
even was impressed when he hit that one that Jay Will threw a little high.
Yeah, he caught it.
Center,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yep, caught it a little high. Had to reach center, but he still knocked it down.
Yeah. So fourth quarter we start. We're up 19. You got Josh, J-Dub, Chet, Jang, and Kaysen, which is his starting group. Like I said, Josh, J-Dub, and Chet started every quarter again.
Yep.
Started every quarter again. And it just amazes me. So anyway, as Nathan says, sent me a text, why is Jang on the floor? I have that in right here. Why is Jang in the game? You sent me that text. But it's so funny. I wrote down a note that when J-Dub got caught by Trey on the sucker move, which is what we call it, where you go by somebody and you go up and you slow down and you lean back so their momentum runs right into the back of you. It's called the sucker move. Mm-hmm. And these fans were griping about it. And I turned around, looked at them, I said, that's called a sucker move for you guys who don't know what that was. They just looked at me. I go, it's called a sucker move. It's what you do. You catch the guy, you slow down, you lean back, and his momentum runs right back into you so you get an and one. It's called a sucker move. They all looked at me like, oh, I said, yeah, that's what that was. So shut the hell up because you're yelling behind me. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up, please. But anyway, it's 101-88 with 8 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Timeout, and guess who he left in the game? It was Josh, Kaysen, Dort, J-Dub, and Chet. And remember, we were up 19. Now we're only up 13. They're making a run, and then he finally put SGA in the game. And then all of a sudden, you got SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Dort, and Chet in the game. They bring in, it was 101-90. They bring in Jay Will for Chet, and it ended up being 111 to 102. And then they bring Chet back in the game for Jay Will with 3 minutes and 10 seconds after Jay Will picked up his third foul. And they bring Chet back in the game immediately. And what I see is the great block by Dort, and then Chet just get pushed around inside like a little rag doll. And let's face it, that's going to happen to him. He is fighting, but he just can't do it. And then, of course, they put Kaysen in for Joe. So it's just frustrating to me, guys, because I don't understand his logic. I mean, other than, I want to be wrong in my assessment, okay? I'm with you, Nathan, and I'm with, I want to be wrong. I want for SGA to stay here. I want us to have I want that because we're not going to win without him. It's just not going to happen. We're not going to win down the stretch without that guy to close out games. It's just not going to happen. Like you said, Drew, he made those two moves like boom, boom. He scored 4 points, and it was like an 8-point swing in 30 seconds.
Yep.
Without him, that doesn't happen.
You notice with the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, we didn't get any fouls either.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't. I mean, that's why they didn't have. They didn't get the bonus until like what 2 minutes.
2 minutes ago, yeah. They had one foul. Up with 5 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go, they had one foul. I'm talking about Atlanta. But when you're shooting
SGA
threes,
I think he drew. Yeah, SGA drew all 5 of them.
Yeah,
I think.
but the whole thing is that when you're not driving, you're shooting jump shots. You're not taking people off the dribble. That's why you're not picking up fouls. You're not going in there to create anything. Because they don't really have that. But now I did notice what Atlanta did tonight. They were trying to double-team SGA a lot. I don't know if y'all noticed that. They were trying to double-team him a lot, and he did a great job of breaking the double team and splitting the double team and not allowing it to take effect and giving up the ball. Because if Josh is not in the game, he doesn't want to give up the ball on a double team unless it's Josh there. Because I don't know if he trusts anybody else but Josh. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to double me, I trust to give the ball up to him and let him do his work. I don't think he trusts anybody else to make that happen. So I don't know. But so anyway, the end of the game stats, final score 126-117. The Hawks end up being 14 for 42. Thunder 14 for 36, 37% for them, 47% from the field for us, 59 rebounds to 49. 56 points in the paint for us, and 48 for them, 15 turnovers to 13. And like I said before, we're not going to beat teams if we've got 17, 18 turnovers. It's just not going to happen. You got to keep it around 13, no more than 14, if you want to continue to win. And then, of course, the box score, Chet 34 minutes, 4 for 14, 1 for 3, 12 rebounds, 16 points. J-Dub, 36 minutes, 8 for 13, 2 for 5. He played a lot better tonight. Are you happy with his play tonight, Nathan? 21 points.
J-Dub played good. You know, one thing, and this is kind of something I thought about, and I thought I'd mention it, and it was just one little play, but do you remember back in like 2009, 2010, that chemistry that James Harden and Nick Collison had? You remember that?
Yes.
Like where, you know, Collison would just hit him on lobs all the time. And I don't remember who threw the lob. I think it was either Josh or SGA.
It was SGA threw it too high.
That lob.
With the left hand?
No,
it was the left hand in the break.
It was in the first quarter. It was in the first quarter when he cut to the basket, caught that lob, and just slammed it home. It was early in the game, but that reminded me of James Harden, and I would love to see a lot more of him doing that. Because he doesn't cut to the basket enough.
No, he doesn't. And they were trying to.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, they were trying to do that too much and trying to make some passes. And SGA missed the backdoor cutter like 3 times a night. I'm like, dang, man, check the backdoor cutter. Anyway, SGA 37 minutes, 11 for 20, 3 for 7 from three-point line, which I think he's going to have to start shooting more threes. He's just got to. 8 rebounds, 6 assists. So he had 30 points. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, only 2 turnovers, which is good. And then Josh tonight, 27 minutes, 4 for 13, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 8 points. 4 for 13. That's not good. Lou Dort.
Nope.
I think Drew commented on Lou Dort making it. What did he make? His first 2 threes? So he had, 8 threes in a row before he missed? But Lou Dort, 6 for 10 at 32 minutes, 2 for 5 from 3, 5 for 5 from free throw line, which is good for him. 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 19 points. So 19 and 9, going 2 for 5 from 3 is not a bad night. You guys okay with those stats?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. This game to me was just kind of an outlier. I guess I'm all right with the stats. I never really thought anybody that they really ever got into a flow of this whole game, but that's my opinion.
I agree.
Well, in the late third quarter, you know, when they started late third quarter when they had that lineup we're talking about.
Yes.
And they made that run. That was what I want to see.
Yeah, it went from a 9-point lead, 11-point lead to a 9-point lead to a 12-point lead in about a minute and a half. It went to a 12-point lead in about a minute and a half. Boom, 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 just like that. Then, of course, Jay Will, only 13 minutes, Drew. 2 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, with only 2 rebounds. But it seems like he had more rebounds there, but he takes up so much damn space in the lane and allows everybody else to go get rebounds because he takes up so much space inside that lane. Jang, 10 minutes, 1 for 4, 1 for 2, 2 rebounds, 3 points. And then, of course, Isaiah Joe, 20 minutes, 4 for 8, 4 for 8, 12 points. Wiggins, 7 minutes. And I agree with you. Why is he taking Jang? Jang is taking his minutes. He needs to be at 17 to 20 minutes, not Jang. But there, you give up 3 first-round picks for him, what you going to do? You know what this guy told me up in the stands? This guy goes, well, but he's only 19. I said, he's 20 now. But still, the point is, you gave up 3 first-round picks for the guy. He's a project. I said, nobody else is going to give up 3 first-round picks for a project except Oklahoma City. But we got so many picks. What difference does it make? I mean, what were you going to do with them anyway? You weren't going to use them. So that's kind of how you look at it. But Wiggins only 7 minutes, 2 for 2, 1 for 1, 5 points, 1 rebound. And then Kaysen, 24 minutes, 3 for 6, 0 for 3 from 3, even though his shot really looked good. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. 4 steals. 6 points. Yeah, I'll do 6 points, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 2 rebounds from all day long from him. That won't bother me at all. What about you, Drew? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think for right.
I didn't hear you. What, Nathan?
Didn't Caper hit a 3?
Nope, he's 0 for 3.
You sure? Check that again.
I'm looking at his stats. 3 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3. 0 for 3 from 3. Four assists. But, I mean, Drew, like you said, do you take the 4 steals, 4 assists, 2 rebounds?
Oh, 100%. Right now in his career, 100%.
What about you, Nathan? Is that? I mean, he didn't make a 3, but still.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, speaking of which, I wish we lost to Abilene Christian.
Of course they
Abilene
did.
Christian.
Of course they did.
Terrible loss.
Dude, it's bad. Then, of course, then Waters didn't play, Poku didn't play, Batans didn't play, Trey Mann didn't play, and Michik didn't play. And I'm like, you gave Michik all this money, you're not playing it, but I don't think they expected Case and Wallace. Case and Wallace is taking Michik's minutes. That's what that is.
Yep.
That's what that is. And, my thing is this, and Jang is taking Wiggins minutes, but, for the rest of us who are trying to win, we don't care if you wasted 3 first-round picks on the guy. He can't play. Why are you playing him?
Yep.
I mean, I just not see it. So then what about the rest of the association? Oh, wait, here we go. Let's go in this. We're going to do this last 10 minutes, or this last thing, so Nathan can get his deal out. What did he say, Drew? Did he say that, what did he say? Thunder are going to be 4, and what did he say, Drew? 4 and what? What did he say, Drew?
4 and 6.
4 and 6, right? Okay, so
yep.
right now the Thunder are 4 and 3. They're 4 and 3 right now. They're 4 and 3. 4 and 3. That's what they are right now.
Can happen real quick.
4 and 3. That's all that's all we're saying. Are we saying anything else, Drew? We're just saying 4. That's all we're saying, right? Are we saying anything different? I'm just
4 and 6.
That's all we're saying. We're not asking anything. So
do we have 5 wins yet? Do we have 5 wins?
Well, no. But we have the Cavs on Wednesday. Do they have an early line on that yet, Drew? They don't have an early line on that, do they?
Maybe. Hold on. Sometimes they'll come out and Thunder were the early games, so it might be out.
So anyway, but at the Kings without De'Aaron, and at the Suns they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
that might be a game. If they struggle, if they're not playing Beal and Booker, I'll bet Jane gets 20 minutes that game.
Don't say that. Why are you throwing stuff out there? Why are you putting that stuff out there, man? Why? I mean, you just say a bunch of stuff.
Hey, one of these times, man. One of these times when I throw things against the wall, I'm going to be right at least once.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, hopefully you continue to be wrong. Am I wrong, Drew? Does he need to continue to be wrong with some of the stuff he says?
Yeah.
Drew's like, I don't give a shit right now. I don't really care.
One thing I was going to tell you, right quick. So I was watching these highlights, just this NBA TV highlight, and when we were talking about SGA getting traded, and I found your perfect trade, man. Right? So Presti's. I'm not going to go into details on this, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Presti's kind of all-star. Lauri Markkanen and Taylor Hendricks and a bunch of picks. What are your thoughts? Obviously,
for SGA, but he's not going to trade him in He's not going to trade him in conference.
No,
he'll trade him to the East.
Send him East. Okay.
He'll send him to the East. He's not going to trade him in conference. So, but anyway, guys, we want to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Appreciate those guys for keeping us up and rolling. Our guy Brandon is on the roll. He's taking care of us. Because we needed him last night or the other night. I know that because Nathan and I were struggling until he came in there and got us all squared away. We were struggling. So thank you, Brandon, for doing that. And today he came on for the Unpopular Hour and got us straight because he couldn't hear me. So I want to thank SRB. If you have any needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, holler at my guy, Mark Long, for that. Of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank
that makes things happen.
Oh, my God. Drew. You need to work with your boy Drew. God dang. Hey, he was on point earlier today on the Unpopular Hour, and then he just come to us and he's just out.
It's like
I actually went a little early. You didn't hear me, but I went a little early, and then I paused.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, they're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses. Because tomorrow for the Unpopular Hour, it is Tuesday, and we will be at Georgia's Happy Hog. So you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank at 401 Elm downtown and holler at our guy Nathan. Or YNB East is off the Parkway in 66. YNB Mustang is off 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. And then, of course, YNB People's the bank that I always go into and go and see my boy Eddie over there on 23rd. Between Rockwell and MacArthur.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that.
See, you just see how he is, Drew. See what he be starting. See how he is.
Yep.
Then of course DT Construction and Consulting, our guy Drew Hinthorn. If you want to have any needs for construction, roofing, they can go inside. They can paint. They can do whatever you need. What all do you do, Drew? Just everything?
Yeah, we're doing anything and everything right now. We do pretty much anything that has to do with construction. There's a few things that I'll turn down, but not too many.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're starting a concrete job, putting in new concrete in a parking lot, and then doing some metal work in Kingfisher. We're a little bit of everything tomorrow.
Yep, a little bit of everything. So you can call him at 405-209-4051. That's DT Construction 2015 at Outlook. DT Construction 2015 at Outlook. .com. They're respectful, local, and loyal. So when you dial 405-209-4051, Drew will answer the phone.
If you need Christmas lights put up, we got some guys doing that too.
Didn't even think about that. That's a good one up there, Christmas lights. That's coming around right now too. So
it is.
Yep. And then of course
little early for me, but I know how people are. So
yep.
We'll go ahead
They like to be up. Shelter Insurance, our newest sponsor. We want to thank them, the Mark Pemberton Agency, 4609 Southeast 29th Street in Dale City, Oklahoma. Call them at 405-670-2424 for any of your insurance needs. They're open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 5, Fridays from 9 to 1. Closed Saturdays and Sundays, proudly serving the Mid-Dale area since 1982. That's them. And hey, Mark does a great job over there. We appreciate him. So, we have. Did you find did they have any odds for that for Wednesday, Drew?
No new odds. They'll be out in the morning.
They'll be out tomorrow. So we'll talk about that on the Unpopular Hour. Remember, you can watch us tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour here, same place, same bat channel. And remember, in the future, if you got any questions, go ahead, guys. You can go ahead and just text us at 405-551-8300. Because if you send messages on Facebook, I don't see them until the show is over with, and of course I'll answer them then. Oh, because by the way, Uwe von Schaman today, when we were laughing about German, Nathan, we were talking about Drew and German. Uwe's German. Uwe was like, "Hey, I got your help with German." I'm like, yeah, okay, bro. You ain't helping. I didn't know that until after it was over with.
I was in a little cell hell earlier.
Yeah, you were. So, any question, anything y'all want to say before the show's over with to end it out? Comments, thoughts?
Did you see Embiid's stat line?
No, not today.
Oh, man, he had like 40, 48, 14 and something. I mean, it was crazy.
Dude, I tell you what, the Sixers have been rolling. But Drew, what did you say about the Lakers tonight? Let's close that off. What happened? You said they lost to...
LeBron had the ball with 9 seconds left, drove the lane, kicked it out to the Dookie for the miss. He's scared to shoot.
He's the greatest of all time, remember?
You see the Clippers? You see the Clippers next tonight?
No.
Yeah, they got throttled.
Who got throttled?
Man.
Clippers.
The Clippers, they got beat by like 15, 14.
Yep.
Did they really?
Yeah. All they're talking about on here is how James Harden went 6 for 9.
Oh, wow.
The game.
Okay.
Yeah, they got killed. It wasn't even
6 for
9.
6 for 9. Let's go for that. Hey, glad he's there, not here. So that's all we know. Because
this may be his. I bet he don't have too many years left.
No, and he wanted a max deal. That's why he's mad.
Yeah.
No,
if he's got this year and next year left, I'll be surprised.
Yeah, Josh Harris was not going to give him a max deal. No way. We're not giving you a 4-year, $200 whatever $1 million contract, bro. That is not happening.
What'd you guys think about? What'd you think about Quinn Snyder's red rimmed horned glasses?
I couldn't really say, but he
looked like Flippy.
Dude, he looks rough in the face. He looks stressed out to the max from what I could see.
Oh, Nathan and I know who Flippy is. Matt does not.
I don't know who Flippy is. That's some white people stuff, man. I don't know about that.
Coaching Trae Young would give me wrinkles too, man.
I think he had him before. Have you
seen how many crazy passes that just went out of bounds tonight?
I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna say this: his vision is ridiculous, though, bro.
Oh, it's amazing. It was probably what it was guys that were supposed to be there.
Somewhere they weren't. So. Like, I know 2 passes. The one guy was standing there. Trae makes the pass, and he looks and goes, "Oh, my bad. Yeah, you fool. Why are you standing? There's a open space right there. Yeah. Why are you not there? Yeah. You're watching just like the defense was." I mean,
I have a question, too. Why is there a guy in the Thunder fans dressed up as Jesus? Second game in a row. Don't understand that.
I don't know what I didn't see that, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's kind of taking the place of the fat guy that used to.
He's still the fat guy's still there. Oh, he's still there. He was there tonight.
French fry guy.
Yeah, he was still there. Yeah.
As Lord.
What happened to his
2 games in a row?
What happened to that guy's girlfriend that used to be there with him? You know, remember him?
Yeah, he's that. Yeah, they're not there. That one big dude, he's still there. He's not there every night, but he was there tonight with his Santa Claus outfit without the shirt. I mean, you got to give it to him, man. He's all out there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
He's probably like some kind of lawyer or something too. Wears a suit every day or something.
Well, he clearly don't like clothes. I can promise you that. He's probably a secret nudist.
I'm gonna have to do some research behind the Lord being at the game. Find out who that is.
Well, he didn't help us the other game. He must not be praying right. I don't know what he was doing. He needs to work on his prayers because he didn't help us.
He needs to work on Chris Tucker's throwing abilities.
Oh, God, Chris Tucker's, dude, it's
terrible.
It's a little soft. It was a little soft. Isn't this concert like tomorrow or something?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, when he was there, okay. That makes sense.
Keep hearing the ad for it. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, fellas. Tomorrow, see y'all on our popular hour.
Turn it down every time my 8-year-old's in the car with me.
Oh. Hey, the one who wanted to go rat hunting this morning.
Oh, yeah.
She's the rat killer.
That's exactly right.
We're going to nickname her the rat killer.
The rat killer. I just don't want her to know what Chris Tucker's talking about.
That's true. I don't blame you. Yeah. By the way, how was
he's probably pretty light compared to the majority of it.
By the way, how was Amelia's birthday?
It was good. We're actually doing her dinner tomorrow night, but we went out shopping and we got her birthday tomorrow. But I had to get her out and picked her out some new boots and house shoes, and she's ready to go.
She's ready to go. Cool. Glad of that. Glad I got to say happy birthday to her today too. So, all right, fellas, we're out.
Got her birthday dinner at the Hibachi tomorrow night. So.
Oh, you gotta love Hibachi, man. It's good. It's always good. Nice. All right, fellas, appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all tomorrow on the Popular Hour.
Check.
All right, see you guys later. Appreciate it. My guy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks and my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB. Man, you just stop saying that nonsense, man. Get out of here with that. You just crack me up. Got to slide that in there every damn time. That being said,